You see how your pastors do the homework? It's an investigation that I have about this profession of being a pastor. Pastors do that when when a sheep goes wrong, and you know what happens if the sheep escapes again? You know what happened? The pastor eat it. I'm just telling you, sheeps, okay? I'm just telling you guys. I'm just telling you, okay? Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. They eat the tremenda oveja, the sheep tremenda. I don't know how to say that. All right. So, oh God. And that was a heavy animal because we're used to like, when we're kid, like drawing the sheep like very little, but no, some of them like they weigh like, I don't know, 50 pounds or I don't know, big. They're big. Carrying this, like, it's heavy. Verse 7 said something that is kind of ironic. More joy for a sinner, which for 99 that they do not need to repent. The people that, there's more joy for one sinner than 99 that doesn't need to repent. The second parable, the parable of a lost coin. The parable talks about a woman, okay, who loses a coin. Now, a coin, there's a coin right there. Somebody lost a coin there. That's right. Look, I just checked it. If you lost a coin, it's right here. I'll leave it here. It's a quarter. I was going, I was like, there's a coin there. Somebody lost a coin, okay? This woman lost one coin. But that wasn't a regular coin. In the old Palestine, it was something very important that, well, actually, the coin that they talk about, they say a silver coin. A silver coin could be a denarii, that was the currency of that time, but also could be a drachma. And I'm pretty sure that was a drachma. They call it drachma. It's a silver coin, but it was a Greek coin. It was from the past days when the Greek Empire was ruling, before the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was ruling in that time, but the drachma was like an old, like an antique coin. The thing is that many of the Palestinian women, when they get married, they used to wear for their wedding some sort of a crown with coins, with 10 coins. You can find that in the history books, 10 silver coins. And I'm pretty sure that was one of those coins. How many, like you that are married, how many of you have your ring, your married ring? Wedding ring. Wedding ring. I do have mine. And to me, it's very special, this ring. It is so, so special. Every time I see it, I'm really afraid to lose it. Really afraid. It's just that, listen, you don't really know me, but my wife, she thanks God that I have a neck. Because she always says, thanks God you have a neck. One day you're going to lose your head somewhere. You're going to lose your head somewhere. You're going to leave it somewhere. And I see, yeah, I forgot things all the time. I'm all the time like, oh, I forgot this, and so I have to go back. But this ring is so special for me because it reminds me not only her, but the commitment that I made in front of God to take care of her and to be with her. It has her name, Danielle. It has the date of our wedding. It has the date of our wedding. Seriously. You know what's the date? Don't you want to guess? No, no, no. You know it. Those who were in the first service can. Do you want to guess? July. No. 19. I wasn't born that day, that year. It was no, no. Oh, you. Me? I was like, no. May the 5th of 2005. The 555. It is written, so I don't forget. So I don't forget. This ring is very special for me. And if I lose my ring, I'm going to look for it. I'm going to ask, like, Carmen, have you seen my ring? I went to your house yesterday. I can find my ring. Isn't it there? Or, Sonia, the other day you gave me a ride, but I lost my ring. Can you check in your car? And you go in the car and you check, like, oh, no, let me go and check. And I'm going to check in your car, like, under everything. Because I want to find my ring. And this woman, she lost her coin from her crown because it remembers, or it was special for her because of her wedding. And she was looking, sweeping the floor, trying to find her coin. The floor in those times, it wasn't like this, like a carpet or tiles like that. It was dirt all over. And in some places, there was some sort of a mat made of sticks, right? So can you imagine that you have one of those and then the coin just... How can you find this? But what happened? What happened to the woman? She found the coin. She found it, and she was like, neighbor, hey, I found it. Carmen, hey, I found the ring. I found the coin. Sonia, I found the coin. It was in my pocket. I found it. I found it. People get excited, happy. He wants to share it with the others. He wants to share it with the others. It's so good when you see somebody being happy because good things are happening in their lives. The third parable, the parable of a lost son. I mentioned these first parables. Why? Because they are a group of parables, and they're called the parables of the lost. Because the three of them talks about the same thing, gives the same message. The parable talks about this guy that one day he wakes up and says, like, I'm bored. I don't want to live this life. I'm going to talk to my dad. I'm going to tell him to give me my share of what I'm going to inherit. And I'm going to go to Cancun. I'm going to go, maybe he was going to Rome. And I'm going to spend that money. I'm going to have fun. And I want to party. And I'm going to call Philip and David and Carlos and Tony and Danny. And I'm going to party with my friends. I'm going to buy breakfast for them. And we're going to go bowling. And we're going to go, to the men's retreat. Oh, we're talking about what we're planning for the man. And the dad gave him the share, and yeah, he goes and spend it. He spend it in bad things, and in alcohol, in drugs, in prostitutes, and he ends up really, really bad. he he comes to a spot in his life where he has to start doing things that for a Jew, because remember they were Jews, it was something unworthy for them. He was feeding the pigs, an animal that it was forbidden actually for the law of the Jews. And he was feeding them. And he was working. He was an unclean animal. And working there in all the mud and dirt and the smell and starving in a way that he was looking at the pigs eating. He was like, I wish I could eat that. I wish I can eat those pods. I want that. I'm starving. I lost weight. All my fancy clothes, I don't have it anymore. I go to the ATM, there's no more money. I'm broke. It smells bad. What am I doing? And then he realized and decided to go back home and work as a hired servant. Remember that he mentioned that in the parable? But you know that being a hired servant, what do you think will be worst? To be a hired servant or a slave? What do you think will be worst? Being a slave? In that time, it wasn't that bad to be a slave. Because the slave, he had some sort of rights, and the master took good care of them. Took care of them. Why? Because they were working for him. He took them for the slaves and their families. They all have a roof, food, cover, shelter. They have everything. But a hired servant, like, you work for how many hours? 12? Okay, here you go. Can I stay here? Because I have nowhere to go. No. I'm sorry. Come back tomorrow. But it's just that I don't have anywhere to go. Sorry, but this is not a hotel. You just go wherever you want to go. Come back tomorrow. There was no security. There was nothing. And he said, like, I'll be better doing the worst at my father's house than here. And I loved one of the best characters here, definitely, is the father. Because, it is easy to relate with him, to think like him. Like, how many of us have sons or daughters, children that are lost? How many of us have people that we know that are lost? We know that there are friends and family relatives that we know that they are lost. And look, the father, he was like every single day thinking of his son. I've been away of my family for almost 3 weeks. And daily, listen to me, daily, and they're well. They are with mom, playing Nintendo, eating, skateboarding, going late to bed. Oh yeah, because I'm the ruler in the house. I'm the one that goes, I go to bed and now. Brush your teeth? Good. Now go to bed. I'm the mean one at home.